The article, titled Entrepreneurial Journalism, Sports Journalism in Spain, analyzes the situation of business ventures in the field of sport journalistics and was written by Professors José Luis Rojas Torrijos, José María Ranz, and myself, Juan Luis Manfredi. This article has been published by the Latina Journal of Social Communication, Revista Latina de Comunicación Social. The research presented in this article is the result of the joint interest of its authors and the discussions held in the seminar entitled Entrepreneurial Journalism and Renewed Hope, held in June 2014 at the School of Journalism of the University of Castilla-La Mancha. The article presents an innovative study that addresses entrepreneurial journalism as a new phenomenon that emerged in the Spanish news media industry in 2008 and has developed in the field of sports news, which have a huge social impact. The article identifies the new journalistic media and projects and have been launched so far and carries out a comparative study to learn about the situation and the nature of these initiatives, their geographical location, their specialization, as well as their structure and feasibility. This analysis is based on the data published by the Press Association of Madrid in 2013 report on the journalistic profession and on surveys carried out by ourselves. The novelty of this work thus lies in its in-depth exploration of this specialized area of journalism within the complex context of the large adjustments and transformation currently faced by the news media sector. Sports journalism is an informative area undergoing a period of expansion and diversification with the recent emergence of new media and micromedia, mostly digital, which have been taking advantage of the possibilities offered by new technological platforms to cover the dominant sport, football, and other modalities with greater specialization in order to reach an audience whose information needs were perhaps not fully met by traditional media. Among the main results of this study of the Spanish journalistic landscape, one of the most striking is the deep transformation of the journalistic system. The concatenation of the four major crises has accelerated the end of the industrial model and has allowed the creation and management of news media companies oriented to new media and the internet. These companies were created by journalists and started a new stage in the journalistic services models. We are still in a very early stage in which journalistic initiatives and projects are multiplying. In this expansive cycle, companies are testing new business models, relation with advertisers and audiences, new editorial models, and new contents and narratives. Moreover, the relationship between the journalistic personal brand and the company is becoming stronger. Private channels and social networks become mere platforms for content. In this context of entrepreneurial journalism, sports news specialization represents one of the most prolific and creative fields. In response to geographic interest, local and also hyperlocal, as well as sectorial and thematic interest over specialization mostly on minority sports, so it covers a broad spectrum of journalistic experiments and innovation. Our analysis of entrepreneurial sports journalism focuses on 57 projects launched after 2008, the starting point of the period under analysis. As it has happened in other industries transformed by technology, we observed many models and systems but no uniform criteria for business creation or funding system. This variability, as well as the inherent changing of the experimental nature of digital environment, complicates the carrying out of more advanced studies. One of the main contributions of this study was its census of new sports news media in Spain, which is the first of its kind in the country, and the identification of common partners in order to broaden future studies. In this sense, the article proposes new lines of research on a phenomenon that will become consolidated in the next few years in the journalistic landscape. In this regard, it is important to carry out research in three different levels. First, journalistic level, it is what genres and styles are proposed. Second, the ethnographic level, which groups are of people creating these new projects. And finally, the business level, which requires to deepen the study of the structure, the viability, and the business models.